Hello everybody, this is Ibn Amna back with a new topic on Transfer Property Act. Today we'll be covering section 58, that is mortgage, chapter 4. What is mortgage and different types of mortgage? Let us understand what is mortgage. Mortgage is nothing but a debt. Debt on an immobile property. As you create debt on movable property, so also debt can be created on immobile property. When you transfer interest for securing a debt, specific interest in a immobile property is transferred for creating a debt on immobile property is called mortgage. Now this debt can be existing, future, or it may be performed for giving rise to pecuniary liability. These are circumstances where you can create a debt on immobile property. Now, after creating debt, obviously you will be entering into a transaction between the person, that is two person, that is the person who takes a loan and the person who gives some security for having taken the loan. That is called a mortgage deed. That the agreement which you make between the parties is called the mortgage deed. And the money which is given between the parties, that is the transferor and the transferee, or in other words the mortgager and the mortgagee, it calls the mortgage money. The money is inclusive of principal and interest. Next comes the parties to the transaction. That is, the transferor is called the mortgager and the transferee, the person who received the property, is called the mortgagee. People are under a misconception that mortgage is always a transfer of property, always a transfer of physical possession of the property. Not necessary. You may not always transfer a physical possession of the property. It may be a case where you may not hand over the property to a person, but create a contract between the party and agree to certain terms and condition. On default of paying, the property may be sold, or you may give some property papers to a person and take loan on the property. Different kinds of mortgage will be created. Now let us understand what are different kinds of mortgage. Different kinds of mortgage. Plus, let us understand the first type. First type is simple mortgage. Here, the mortgagee is not put in physical possession of the property, and the understanding between the mortgager and the mortgagee is that mortgager will clear the debt on a date, and on default of making payment on that date, the mortgagee has the right to sell the property and get his mortgage money out of the sale. This is simple mortgage. Now let us come to conditional sale. Mortgage by conditional sale. In mortgage by conditional sale, on the face of it, it looks like a sale. On default of making a payment on a specified date, the mortgagee has the right to sell the property and it becomes like an absolute sale. But on the same day, if the mortgage money is made, the sale becomes void. The sale becomes void and the property has to be given back to the mortgagee. Thing to be noted is that this condition term should be embodied in the document. This is very important to create a mortgage by conditional sale. Now we come to usufructuary mortgage. Usufruct. The word usufruct itself tells you the word meaning, saying that usufruct is nothing but the fruit. What fruit you get out of the property, that is rent and the profit which the property is giving, that may be utilized for clearing your loan. So in addition to the principal money, what money the mortgager gives, In addition to that, the rent and profit will be utilized for clearing your mortgage money. And once that money is cleared, the mortgagee will return back the property to you. And now we come to English mortgage. In English mortgage, the mortgagee is put in physical possession of the property, and on payment of the mortgage money, the mortgager transfers the property to the mortgager. This is called an English mortgage. Now we come to deposit title deed, mortgage by deposit title deed. In deposit title deed, title papers relating to the property are given to the mortgagee, and once you clear the mortgage money, that is, you pay back the mortgage money along with the principal plus interest, you pay back the mortgage money to the mortgagee. The property papers are released, and this is applicable only to place of Bombay, Madras and Calcutta. But the state government by notification extend it to other places also. This is so far as title deeds are conveyed, title deeds are concerned. Now, next kind of mortgage is mortgage by anomalous mortgage. Anomalous mortgage is when whatever mortgage we have so far come across, that is simple mortgage, English mortgage, conditional sale, usufructuary mortgage, or deposit title deed. If it does not fall in any of the categories, we call this anomalous mortgage. Or in other words, we may say it as a combination of two or three mortgages is called anomalous mortgage. So, in short, we can say mortgage is nothing but a debt created on an immovable property. Is debt created by the immovable property. Once that debt is cleared by clearance of giving back the principal money plus interest, the mortgage property will be given back to the mortgagee. So, don't be under a misconception that mortgage is always handing over physical possession of the property. It can be by depositing your property papers, or there may be agreement between the parties, or you may physically hand over the property to the mortgagee. So this is the way you create a mortgage, and a loan is created on the property. A charge is created on the property. Oh, I hope you like the session, and please like the session, share with your friends, and keep a track to get latest update. Thank you. Catch up very soon with a new session. Thank you.